Oh, I'm stubborn. I think I finally found a way to make this work. I think we might be live. We'll see in a second. Yeah, we're live. All right. No more restream. I found. Oh, this is so stupid. I found the old Alexa trigger live show.
Sending that to it.
All right. All right. I found buried in the archives of YouTube. I found the old dashboard, 3 layers deep, that allowed me to get to an old stream server and set up a stream key. And in theory, I think we're sending data out to somewhere. And it's possible I'm monitoring the right chat. I don't know. I just wanted to do some electronics, but I've been fighting with this for an hour 45 minutes plus now, which is completely insane. And I think we're finally live. All right, I'm going to test. That chat window seems to work. I have no idea. Are we live? 1 second. Sorry, guys. I really want to see the dashboard where it actually says I'm offline. You know what? I'm gonna say screw it, and this is the same thing. I'm just gonna fuck it. If I'm not, I'm gonna talk to no one, and if no one talks back, that's fine. I give up. I lose. You win, YouTube's, and your new stupid dashboard that does not work. The beta is. I've never seen anything so stupid in all my life. Okay, all I wanted to do was just play with some electronics. Right? Holy smokes! There's a person here. McBones Lab. All right, you can see me. I'm live. Amazing. Holy jeez, Nightbot showed up. What? Okay, this is too funny. I was messing with Nightbot before we even started the stream. I was fighting with Nightbot and Restream, and I couldn't get either of them to work properly, and I gave up on both. Now Nightbot shows up. Oh jeez, I give up. I give up. My level of frustration is insane. I'm just gonna solder some stuff. I'm gonna do some stuff, and yeah. Thanks, buddy. This is all working. All right, that's a freaking miracle. Okay, all I want to do is I just want to solder an OLED, because I have a project. Okay, I want to solder an OLED, and then what I would like to do is program an Arduino. The reason being is because I have a video dropping Friday, and I always double check to make sure everything is working with my code and libraries and all the fun stuff before a video goes out. Or at least I try to anyway, so. Alright, let's do some stuff. Let's do some stuff. We could probably do this under the microscope too, but I think what we'll do is, this is an Adafruit OLED, and we just have to add some headers to it, and then we can test it out. This is a fresh Adafruit Feather 32U4 with a LoRa radio system on it, a long-range LoRa radio. And as you'll see on Friday, that is the backbone of the project I'm giving away, and that I tested, and that works. It works just magical, actually. I'm super happy with how things turned out. Okay, snippy snip, and then That one is already the right length. Okay. Should we set that into a breadboard a little bit? I always end up melting breadboards when I do this, but cool. Armando's here. Cheers, Armando. Glad to see you. It's so much trouble getting this broadcast to go live. I'm just glad that we're finally live, to be honest. That's a kind of a load off my mind. Oh no, don't tell me I closed all. I think I closed all my webcam controls too. Crap, I did too. Let's see. Gain, white balance. There. That should be better. That looks a little bit more not putrid. Alright. And in my haste, I forgot to fire up that iron. Actually, the Unger's fired up. I haven't used it in forever. Let's use it. Streaming software is powered by rage. Tonight, honestly, I rage quit more than once. I seriously, I rage quit and stormed out of here. I've rebooted my entire network. Get this. This is how bizarre this night was. On top of the PC acting completely stupid after the Windows 7 big warning is discontinued. Yeah, I don't care. I don't want your Windows updates. This PC is not on network. It's isolated. Anyway, after all that, it was acting real laggy, and I couldn't even get to the restream sites on top of the Nightbot issues and stuff, so I did a speed test. 15 megasecond. I couldn't get any higher than that. I still can't get over about 18 meg down. I'm 20 up, no problem, but this is like 80 meg down on this LAN, 90 actually, so I stormed out, I've rebooted, rage. I'm just venting now. I've never had so much trouble. Actually, I have, but just take that back. I have had that much trouble on other things in the past, but all I want to do is hang out with you guys. All I want to do is hang out. PC improves itself. Yeah, I hear you. That has happened to me. Actually, that happened. If you've been around long enough, you'll remember. You remember Tech Live that I used to do, my weekly show that I did for several years? Right before one of them, my PC actually blue screened. And it was actually the motherboard failed. Right, like 2 minutes before a broadcast one day, I ended up having to replace the motherboard, and it was hosed. It was actually the capacitors were all bulged and destroyed on the motherboard, which was kind of funny in a way. But like 2 minutes before the live show, it is what it is. All right, this is why I don't do this in breadboards, because it just doesn't work. That header didn't sit flat. Alright, that one sat flat. I can do this under the microscope if you guys want to see a little bit better view on it. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, crap. Alexa, turn on Workbench.
Okay.
Anything else gonna go wrong? Nothing exploded. That's a good sign. We're on a stream, I might as well. Yeah, might as well at least give you guys a better view. However, yeah, not bad. That'll do. Okay. Does the soldering iron reach that far? It does. On the right camera? Yes, we are. And now I'll certainly slide everything off the edge of the screen. Let's do top row first. All on camera? Sure. Sure, why not? This is my ancient old Unger iron. Anyway, back to the job at hand. I would like to get this Adafruit OLED. Happy, joy. And then if nothing blows up, we will wrestle with this. I will program the feather with the LoRa radio just to triple check that code. I'm going to be giving away. Why is this acting weird? Oh, I remember these pins. I remember this on the. Actually, I can show you on the other radio. These pins, for some reason, like to really wick the solder down for some reason. I don't know why. There, that one was better. There, now we're cooking. Maybe the Unger wasn't quite. Sometimes this temperature control in this old Unger is a little persnickety, and it takes one or two pins before it gets its rhythm. Let's have a look. How do we do? But I'm just not gonna look at that. Everything looks worse at high power microscope, doesn't it? Everything looks worse under the microscope. It's like this. Remember, these are tiny and it's not bad, but normally I wouldn't be soldering over the board like this either. Actually, let's just not do that. Because soldering over a board like that, you're tempting fate. On a long enough timeline, you're going to drip a blob of solder onto something that you don't want it to be on. And that's the way it's going to happen. Actually, this... Alright. Come on, there we go. Now she's happy. Happy, happy. That's better. It is better. So what have you guys been making? I'm not sure whether any of you caught my kind of messy... Actually, Armando did my VR live stream. I was able to test all my virtual reality streaming equipment, and actually, despite it being my very first VR stream, it wasn't a complete train wreck. I was able to get the stream recording that I needed to see how it turned out, and it turned out good. Alright, those are better joints. Let's let you guys have a close look. There we go. That's more gooder, eh? That'll do, guys. Okay. It's only a freaking OLED. We don't need to be looking at it under a microscope, but okay. It does make things easier. Okay. Now, OLED. Go. Actually, let's go back to the other camera. A and B solder joined. No, I don't think so. I do believe you are wrong. There are no bridges. It's just an illusion of the camera. Nothing is anywhere even close to bridged. You're just seeing the reflection from the rosin. There's no problem there. I normally use 2 rows of female sockets, 980. What is it? Yeah. Yeah, that works. Head. Let's go. See on this radio. Let's set it into the breadboard first before we bend all the damn pins on the radio. There we go. On the piggyback. Oh yeah, now my webcam stupid thing decides to pop up. Jeez, I just can't win tonight. What are you doing, webcam control? There we go. Alright. Moving on. Oh, do we even attempt to program this? Okay. Now, what I also tried before the live stream was to get my... Oh, actually, hold on. What are we missing here? What are we missing here? You guys tell me, what did I forget to do here before we program this Adafruit Feather with LoRa radio? What did I forget to do? Let's see if any of you clever observant fellers in the chat can tell me where I went wrong while I go looking for what I need. That could have been no bueno. That was very close to no bueno, actually. Who's going to win the prize? Come on, one of you clever guys got to spot what I missed doing. You've got until I find what I need. Which might be all day at the rate I'm going. Why can I not find what I'm after? Is my chat still working? That's surprising if the chat quit too. Oh, did it? It did, but now I'm caught up. Okay, I'm caught up. And we go digging in the box tricks for... Ha 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 ha! J-Rock, you are the wiener. There is no antenna on that board. These LoRa radios have a UFL connection on the bottom of the board. Right. Yeah. Lamore put this awesome little UFL, or you can use your own antenna connection either on the through hole right there closest to the bolt hole, or solder the UFL jack on. We're going to use an antenna, but without that on there, my code puts the radio into high power mode, and you clever gentlemen are bang on. That would have been undesirable, to say the least. Okay, I don't have my tape measure handy. I'm not going to go digging because that'll take me 8 years to find, so we will measure off my other pigtail, which is the right length. It's in the code that I'm going to share on Friday's video. Proper length for these are 915 megahertz LoRa radios, this one. So this should be, holy smokes, that is craptastic wire. Let's tin it first, then we'll put it through the board. This is small enough, we should be able to just tin that and set it through. Perfect. Let's go down through. Yeah, let's go down through. Makes no matter, but I think down through will look nicer in this case. If we can hold that. Where's my lump of clay? This is just sticky tack poster stuff. Let's go back under the hood here. Got the thing, might as well use it so you guys can see. We'll just give that a little touch. Perfect. Excelente. And there we are. Down through. Bing, bang, boom. Excellent. Play-Doh time. Yeah. come on. Thanks, water heater. Somebody remind me to plug my water heater back in at the end of this the end of the broadcast. Or this has actually happened before where I just went and pulled the plug. And wife wakes up in the morning, no hot water for when she goes to take off to go to work. Not a good day. Alright. There we go. We have an antenna. We've got somewhere for the RF energies to go. Alright. Now, let's program it. I'll try for maybe 1 second just to see if I can get the NDI cam to work. If not, I'm just going to have to point my camera at the laptop screen. Actually, we're just going to have to point the camera. I'll tell you that's not going to work right now. Okay, let's... Oh, this is going to... I know it's horrible. Sorry, guys. Alright, let's get the cable. And then what we're going to do... You guys are getting kind of a sneak peek of what's coming. If you guys... Some of you, I know, follow me on social media, so you've seen some of this already at some points, but the code is already in my GitHub. Can you see this? Yeah, kinda. Not the best. Close enough. So we're gonna go and let's clone my repo. I've put all the instructions, I think, in there now. Oh, did I clone that to the right place? Derp. Yep, I did. Sweet. Code. Laura Alerter. And we'll go ahead. While that thinks about what it's about to do. What? That's a type C? That's no good. Alright, we'll get the code open. Can you see that? Yeah, kinda. You won't be able to read it, but you'll at least be able to see it. Let's see if we can find... I think I threw out all my power-only cables. Yeah, this one says I labeled them data on a little sticky note. Alright. Now, let's see. Setting up device, a Feather 32U4. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have the drivers installed on this PC already, but I don't believe I have the rest of what I need. You'll remember when you have a cold shower. Yeah, not a happy camper. Okay, are we live? That's wrong computer, Eric. Smarten up. Board. Adafruit Feather 32U4. Well, that's a good sign. Updates available. So let's verify the code first, because I'm sure something else will go wrong here. Yeah. RHRF95.h, no such file or directory. Well, we know what that means, don't we? So what I do now in these folders, in all the code that I write and I share open source, I include copies of the libraries at the time that I make the code and the project. That way everyone will always have access to the one I used. And in theory, it should always just work. Alright, copied all the directory or all the libraries over from my GitHub folder. I know it's a party foul because they're Adafruit libraries, 3 of them. And it's like not a good idea. It's not real nice to go ahead and start storing their libraries on your own repo, but Adafruit updates their library so often, and I don't update my code, and it always gets broken. Done compiling. Holy crap, it worked. Okay. we'll hit program, and in theory, I don't remember whether I programmed this as master or slave. It doesn't really matter. It says uploading, and in theory, oh crap, there we go. Let's get it where you can see it. Uploading. Once it's done uploading, the OLED should library old library blah blah blah. Lost it from the port. That's interesting. And it had a library error at the same time. That's weird. I thought I fixed that library problem. Oh, here it is. Ah! Derp. I didn't mean to copy that one over. Okay, let's... Maybe I am just on the wrong serial port and it just took that long. COM9. Alright, let's go. Let's see what happens. Compiling. Try not to move in case maybe I jostled the USB. Setting up device. What is going on? Did I not install? Oh no, done uploading. We're live! No connection, no RSSI, battery voltage coming from the USB. Sweet. We win. Yes. Okay. That, I think, is enough for tonight. I think I will just leave this at that, to be honest, guys. I don't want to spoiler everything for Friday's video. That is a success. So that is downloaded right from my GitHub right now. So obviously you guys can go into my GitHub and see exactly what's going on. But that proves that although this code, I wrote this code. I wrote this code 2 years ago, and I wasn't able to release it until now. So I had tested it some months ago when I did the radio testing, the range testing on these, and it's like these things were awesome. But I haven't since, and that proves that nothing has changed. That somebody can go to my GitHub right now, pull all the files, use the same IDE as me. I even note that in my code and stuff, and in the video, I believe, and they can recreate this. So I'm pretty happy. This took me a long time to write and to do what I needed it to do, because there wasn't a lot of them out there. I couldn't find a communications backbone that I needed. So this should allow anyone to just set up an easy project with wireless radio, long-range wireless radio. Just boom, done. Program it, done and dusted. Add your own sensors, and away you go. So I'm pretty happy about that. Makes me happy to give this stuff away. Like it's not entirely mine. It comes obviously based on the Adafruit stuff. So Lamore did a bunch of the work first for like battery monitoring and stuff. So what is the model number? It's linked in the video and on my GitHub. It's the Adafruit Feather 32U4 and that OLED and the 915 megahertz LoRa radio. So but you should be able to use this code easily on any other board, any Arduino with a standalone LoRa module, like one of these. You'll see I actually have there's more videos coming on the channel with LoRa radios, standalone ones. These are 433 megahertz SX1278 modules, according to my chicken scratching. And these are also a long-range LoRa radio, tiny, that you can just use with any microcontroller and just hook up. And I have a whole different host of different ones of these. Rayax sent me some of theirs to try, And it basically, it's kind of neat. You just put serial data in, and it just parrots it back out over the radio, not unlike the other 433 megahertz systems like what I used in my gas sensor for emergency workers and stuff. You just put the data rate into the serial, and it just dumps it back out over the air, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited. I think you guys are going to love the video on Friday. And Friday at noon on my secondary channel, on Make Me Media channel, there's my full length feature film of my outdoor camping, my first 4K film. So I'm pretty proud of that too. I'm moving everything over to the Make Me Media channel that's not electronics, like the saw vids and the garage mailbags and garage work and repairs and stuff. I think I'm going to banish all of those to the Make Me Media channel. So if you guys want, follow me over there. I think there's like 200 people or whatever, but it'll keep this channel cleaner and simpler and easier to find stuff. So thanks for all the support, guys, and thanks for hanging out with me. That was fun, despite the rocky start. So I know my stream rig works, so now I can get back to making some stuff with you guys, and we'll get back to, if you want, I'll do some regular live streams. I've got tons of mailbag stuff and neat things to play with, so might as well just start streaming. Cheers, guys. Have a good night.